welcome to the update. I'm Michelle Stevenson. There are calls for Australia to be ready to provide munitions to Israel after the Jewish state declared war on Palestinian militants. Foreign Minister Penny Wong is calling for restraint to protect civilian lives, but Liberal leader Peter Dutton says that is the wrong approach.
We should provide very strong words of encouragement to the people of Israel and to the government of Israel that they should be pursuing these people who have perpetrated these acts with every asset available to them. When people talk about Israel having to show restraint, it's completely and utterly the wrong time for that sort of language.
While the Prime Minister has denounced the actions of Hamas, declaring his support behind Israel over the conflict on the Gaza Strip, Anthony Albanese says the actions are unacceptable.
We urge, of course, at all times, the targeting of civilians is just reprehensible.
While there are suggestions that US weapons that were left behind in Afghanistan were used in the secret attack on Israel. Two new opinion polls show confusion over the Voice is keeping the no vote well in front ahead of next Saturday's referendum. The latest news poll and a Resolve survey show almost 60% of eligible voters don't support enshrining the Voice in the Constitution. The surveys show many people still don't understand how the Voice would work. An inquiry examining why the federal government blocked extra Qatar flights has recommended an immediate review of the decision. The probe, which heard from senior execs from across the aviation industry, is also calling for better consumer protections to help travellers dealing with cancelled flights as well as lost luggage. Well, Victorian taxpayers will likely have to stump up more than $500 million after the Commonwealth Games were cancelled. Updated data to be handed to an upper house inquiry shows that additional costs will put the total payout above $500 million. The Commonwealth has cut jobs across its retail banking and its home lending operations. The CBA has told the finance sector union 192 positions will be lost in Sydney, Melbourne and Perth. And the Weather Bureau has released its long-range forecast for October through to April, reiterating the increased risk of heat waves and bushfires. The fire risk is at its highest for the eastern and southern states, while Queensland and WA will have fewer cyclones. Sport and entertainment are next. To sport, Nathan Lyon insists retirement is not on the horizon as he prepares to return from a calf injury. The 35-year-old spinner hasn't played since tearing his calf in the second Ashes test at Lord's. And the Wallabies have been sent packing from the World Cup, failing to progress from the pool stage for the first time ever. In your entertainment news now, and Taylor Swift looks set to break even more records with her Eras concert tour. The film of her live show has already raked in more than $150 million in advance ticket sales, and she's expected to get a large slice of box office takings after cutting out film distributors. Now, speaking of Taylor, Travis Kelce has suffered an ankle injury in his latest NFL game, which his rumoured girlfriend, Taylor Swift, actually skipped, but he shook it off, returning to score a touchdown in the second half. And Gigi Hadid has been spotted out and about with Bradley Cooper, the pair seen grabbing dinner in New York City before leaving in the same car. That's the latest from the Nova Podcast News team. We'll have another episode of The Update for you tomorrow. I'm Michelle Stevenson.